If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by doubling our joys and dividing our grief. I criticize by creation, not by finding fault. Freedom is participation in power. It is the peculiar quality of a fool to perceive the faults of others and to forget his own. If we are not ashamed to think it, we should not be ashamed to say it. The life of the dead is placed on the memories of the living. The love you gave in life keeps people alive beyond their time. Anyone who was given love will always live on in another's heart. Law applied to its extreme is the greatest injustice. What one has, one ought to use, and whatever he does, he should do with all his might. A room without books is like a body without a soul. In times of war, the law falls silent. The face is a picture of the mind with the eyes as its interpreter. Our span of life is brief, but is long enough for us to live well and honestly. A friend is a second self. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goes out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. To study philosophy is nothing but to prepare oneself to die. The enemy is within the gates. It is with our own luxury, our own folly, our own criminality that we have to contend. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. For what is the worth of human life, unless it is woven into the life of our ancestors by the records of history? Politicians are not born, they are excreted. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. Ability without honor is useless. Times are bad. Children no longer obey their parents, and everyone is writing a book. The life of the dead is set in the memory of the living. I am not ashamed to confess I am ignorant of what I do not know. God's law is right reason. When perfectly understood, it is called wisdom. When applied by government in regulating human relations, it is called justice. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. A mind without instruction can no more bear fruit than can a field, however fertile, without cultivation. Not to know what has been transacted in former times is to be always a child. If no use is made of the labors of past ages, the world must remain always in the infancy of knowledge. We must not say every mistake is a foolish one. Where is there dignity unless there is honesty? What an ugly beast is the ape, and how like us. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn. Life is nothing without friendship. Knowledge which is divorced from justice may be called cunning rather than wisdom. Time obliterates the fictions of opinion and confirms the decisions of nature. The life given us by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. We are bound by the law, so that we may be free. While there's life, there's hope. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. Never injure a friend, even in jest. We must not only obtain wisdom, we must enjoy her. For books are more than books, they are the life, the very heart and core of ages past, the reason why men worked and died, the essence and quintessence of their lives. It is a great thing to know your vices. Though silence is not necessarily an admission, it is not a denial either. Diseases of the soul are more dangerous and more numerous than those of the body.